God bless everybody. I hope everyone's doing well. So I hear a lot of people talking about, I'm sure you do too, talking about wanting to have the gifts and blessings of wisdom and knowledge. But the understanding is something, you guys, that's really overlooked that I just wanted to encourage other people um, to really seek this out and pray to be given this spiritual gift, because that is really what is going to help the wisdom and the knowledge um, build on, right? And to be truly honest, you guys, wisdom, knowledge, prophecy, things like that are gonna fade away. The only thing that is really going to matter, you guys, the thing that will echo through eternity about who you are as a person, about who you became before the day of judgment, about the decisions you made, it's going to be about love is going to be the biggest thing. Um, and love and understanding, because go hand in hand more, I think, than wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because when you understand a person and who they are and why they believe, why they feel the way that they do, then it's if you have understanding, if you have a really developed sense of understanding, or you're seeking understanding, um, the love becomes more magnified, I should say. And so here's meanings of, like, this is the meaning of wisdom right here in Hebrew, right? You got to go to the Hebrew, you guys. Greek is kind of pretty close, but Hebrew is the language that the scrolls that the prophets and the scribes wrote in was Hebrew or Aramaic, most of them. But this is what it says for understanding. The Hebrew word for understanding is tavun, comes from the verbal root, that sign, bayin, meaning to understand, but the deeper meaning of this word can be found in a related verbal root, bana, which means to build, right? In order to build or construct something, one must have the ability to plan and understand the process needed. This is the idea behind the verb bayin, and is and its derivative noun tavun, to be able to discern the process of construction. Okay, so when we talk about loving somebody, loving your enemy, loving your neighbor, and really being able to do this, you guys, when you understand people, right, when you understand why people do the way that they do, and how, just to have understanding in that. Okay, like, this is what I mean. It'll become a lot easier to it will become more magnified to be able to love them, you guys. And as you grow in that, eventually, when all of the evil and stuff that we're born into breaks down and you draw closer to the Lord, it's going to be very organic for you to love your enemy or love your neighbor, which your neighbor is anybody in close proximity to you, right? Um, but I guess I'll just leave right there. Um, so when you understand, like, take this for instance, okay, I'll give you an example, all right? So all of us brothers and sisters, most of us had totally different lives, different roads of how we got to the Lord. Different things happened. We went through different struggles, right? And one of the reasons is the reason for that is because some of us all of us have a different problem or a different stronghold or a different something evil that we're more prone to than one another. So the way that we get back to the Lord, right? And all of these things will determine, right, how we view things. Okay, so like for instance, okay, I have brothers that are really big into talking about grace, right? They want to stay on grace, and this isn't bad, you guys. I'm just saying, there will be differences, right? When they see like what I do, and sometimes I'll do an expose video, and they'll perceive that, right, because of their walk, because of the things that happened to them, right, the way that they got to the Lord. They sometimes perceive the things that I do, right, or some of the actions that I've done as, um maybe not, that they perceived it as not good, and they didn't understand why I was doing that, right? And so when you develop your understanding, right, and you start to understand people more, and you understand the Lord and why he does things, and the way that you do that, you guys, is you draw closer to God. Spend time with the Lord. I love spending time with the Lord, you guys, and I'll spend hours with the Lord sometimes. If I didn't have a job, you guys, that's one reason I'm pretty sure the enemy tries to keep me pretty busy, because that's what I would do with all my free time, right? But you guys, seek understanding. Understand why people, now, in your path to seeking this, to asking about this spiritual gift of understanding, and seeking understanding for a foundation to build your knowledge and wisdom on. Don't get so caught. See, there's always a balance, you guys. Christ hung in between two thieves. Okay, that symbolized something that the enemy is hijacked, and you could call it balance, I guess you could say, right? The truth is usually always, in the case of Calvary, the truth is definitely in the middle, but that can pretty much apply to every situation, right? When which you're seeking, you're unsure of, and you're seeking understanding for it. But Christ hung between two thieves, for many different reasons, right? It symbolized and was for different reasons. So one person might know of one way why Christ hung between two thieves. Another person, it was revealed to them, and they saw another and another, and they might think that, oh, that person's view of why Jesus hung in between the cross and that person's view is wrong. Mine is definitely it. When the more likely answers, all three of you have, um now there is one truth, right? And so this gets you could go deep into it, you guys. You see, you could go too overboard in understanding, to where there's a certain limit, you guys, where the Lord, it's not good to go beyond just what the Spirit is leading you into, right? And to not go overboard with it. But that's another thing, being balanced. And so I know I kind of went off in different areas, you guys, but it's kind of for a reason too. But seek understanding, you guys. Pray that the Lord will give you understanding. Understanding how somebody got to their beliefs and everything. And I'm not saying, you guys, I'm never saying compromise the truth. I'm not saying that at all. Um, but anyway, yeah, you guys, I was just gonna say, basically, I'm not gonna elaborate or talk about on this anymore, except just to pray that the Lord gives you the spirit of understanding, and then build your wisdom and knowledge, your desire for wisdom and knowledge on the understanding first. Anyway, God bless you guys. I love you, and I'll see you later.